I guess since they don't know, yeah, go ask the question. I guess before. No, I mean as far as people listening, so they'll know what the fuck I'm saying back to you. Yeah. Um, growing up, like I said, well, all right, it hit a point. I want to say I was in fifth grade when my mom read my journal. It was under my pillow, and I guess she was taking off my sheets or whatever, and it fell open to some shit that I said that she didn't really uh, want to read, I guess. Um, Definitely along the lines of why I got taken away.
Mm.
So this it's not nothing brand new, but that changed me. I felt like I don't know. I just lost trust and faith in people, in a sense. So instead of writing in a journal, I started rhyming words. I had been in choirs. I've danced, performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like I've done a lot. Music has been a big part of my life, and it
Damn.
was like my safe spot. So all I really knew, writing wise, for a long time was me and my feelings.
Right.
So not that it's hard, but I don't actively go out and think it. But sometimes that's it's weird. Your music's not weird. The situation is no, it's not even. I can't say it's weird. I'm sorry. Um, I always tell you like your music puts me in moods,
Yeah.
or I imagine something, and more times than not, it's me. I see me. Um, which is cool because your newer stuff, uh, fucking Press Start Volume 3 coming soon. But anyway, shameless plug.
Hey,
No,
maybe I don't know. I do.
hearing hearing
It
some of the track,
that's one of those things. It was like
just
I have
working.
I have no I have expect it's the expectations thing. It's like nah, like
Kind of what we was talking about with us.
yeah, like the ideas I want to get across. I'm stressing myself, or not. I ain't gonna say stressing myself. I'm annoying myself, and so I put that on the back burner.
All right.
I'm like nah, nah.
No, I understand. That's exactly where we were as a group.
Yeah.
Um, but to go on what I was just saying about your music making me feel or see things, those tracks outside of some of them, because we had a conversation when I was like, yeah, the title say this, but I got this feeling, but
Yeah.
it was still along the same game. It was just a different character type stuff.
Yeah.
So um that was the first time in a while that your music made me feel something that wasn't me related, except for the Ryu track. No, that's not. That's it's the Street Fighter track. My fault. Street Fighter track. That's the one that got the one that I said reminds me of Ryu and Eva Ryu.
Yeah. With the switch. Yeah.
That track, I get that, but it reminds me of the first time I played Alpha 3. So outside of that, the rest of them I've heard gives me a character vibe. And the last time I could say that happened for me, uh, Akuma counts. Akuma definitely counts, but I wrote myself in a box initially
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
I did it from the standpoint of Akuma, and I was like, I can't, so I had to like make it to as if I was Akuma, and then it came out the way it did. But the time before Akuma, if I'm not counting Akuma, was Villain. Villain just made me think of fucking You gonna laugh, but the first thing that popped in my head was fucking Despicable Me.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
so with that in my mind, like listening back to those lyrics, or if you do remember them or not, like that's why it's the way it is.
Yeah, it has this very, I wouldn't call it lighthearted per se, but it's a more playful vibe to it.
Yeah, but that's what that beat just, I don't know. I didn't like go out of my way to do that, if you will. It's like I listened to that first time you sent that to me. That's what popped in my mind, so I just put words to it. What I saw in my mind, excuse me, that's what came out. So I think that's something, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't go on my way to do that. I'm definitely willing to try it.
Yeah, I definitely. Oh yeah, villain is the the example that you have that potential.
And it's still lyrical. It still told a, and dude, it was lyrical and it told a story,
Yep,
but it had nothing to do with me
exactly.
whatsoever. Uh, but yeah, my dad, we had a conversation. So yeah, it was funny you asked that question because he asked the same thing during the conversation of when I first let him hear Code 2. And his initial reaction to Code 2 was that, I mean, it was good. It was great. But he's tired of me going through those same things over and over, revisiting my past and dealing with that stuff.
Yeah,
And he was like, it just seems to be a lot of my subject matter. And as I told you before, I don't write for anybody. I write for myself, and it's always been what I felt. So if it happens to be that topic, I mean, it's just wholeheartedly, that's because what I feel. But it kind of hit me in my gut when he said it because it was something I was thinking to myself. I was like, I wonder if people are thinking like, this is all I, talk about. So it
yeah.
kind of, hearing it from somebody, and it was something I already felt, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done talking about it like after this. So that's why I ended up being like closure. Like, that's my closure song. I don't want to bring it back. But I let him hear Villain. Well, rough draft of Villain because it ain't no final copy. But he said it reminded him of when he was a kid and used to watch Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
And he was just like, man, like, you're really good at what you do. I like the characters that you make. I like Trey. I like Shooter. I was like, none of these people are characters though. Like, that just
Pieces of you.
fucking, yeah. It just, I don't know. He was like, you ever thought about doing a concept album or something like that? And at the time, that's when you had that video game idea mixtape.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we gonna work on that, but I felt that part of it for sure. I don't know. One thing I learned about myself going to therapy is I don't finish a lot of things, bro. I have ideas and I start stuff, but I don't always finish them. So that's
Yeah.
why, like, I really, 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 really want to finish bar for bar. Like, that's a goal of mine, but I would be caught up. Oh, no, that's a lie. I just thought of another song that is not finished.
What's another
Yeah,
song?
it's called Peace with Yourself. And
That sound like it's for the vote.
it's not dark. Surprisingly, it's not dark. It's not dark at all. It's more. It's from the standpoint of me now, and it's not a. It's a C6 joint.
C6.
Pop's part is done, and mine is halfway done. I hadn't went back to it. Damn, I just thought about it. Yeah, the last time I wrote for this was May 12th. I got 4 words. I got 10 bars and then 4 words.
Damn. I mean, you still be doing better than me, man. Like I said, I don't write anymore.
But it's damn, I wish I remember how the beat go. I got it. I just don't remember how it falls. It's like walking this path alone. Spent some months in therapy. Let me show you I've grown. Let the beat blast open notes on my phone. Take your seats, class. Take your seats, class. About to get in my zone, and then I go into it. The shit, man. I can't wait. It was some therapy music. That's exactly what this counts as. It's some fucking therapy music. But yeah, it's just all about, having peace with yourself. And I think I let you hear this before. It's just not mine. I just thought about it. The joint that got the Nipsey talking in the beginning.
I don't remember that.
Oh. Alright, I guess I didn't. I might have to share that then. But yeah. Got off on a tangent. So, ultimately, no. I don't. It's never in my thought process to just write and then not be about me, because every time I write, just imagine just being a lot. How old was I in fucking 5th grade? Like 8 or 9 or 10, one or two. No, 10 or 11. Yeah, 10 or 11. And every time you write, it's for your journal, so it's about you. And then it slowly turns into poems and then raps. And that's how it's been for the majority of my life. So it's hard not hard, but I just don't go out of my way to write not about me.
Yeah, it became routine.
Yep. So it's, in a sense, all I really know. So it's just odd to me that villain, like, it felt easy because it's what I envisioned, the same way I envisioned, like, Hungrier. The shit happened so fast, and I was working when I did it. Just the stuff would pop in my head, so I would do it. Or Shooter.
Oh yeah.
Or like all those things, like they happen fast because I have a vision and I just put words to it.
Right. It's kind of like building up a story, or like writing a book.
And that's usually why it's exactly that. And that's usually why I have an ending before anything else. I know how I want my verse to end. So I usually have a beginning, and I usually start like my first 4 to 6 bars. But then I have like a stinger at the end sometimes. Just because that's where I know that's my stopping point. So this is how it has to end. Damn it. Forgot my train of I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I always liked Lupe for. So when I heard Villain, it was definitely like reminiscent of just people that do concept raps. I was like, yeah, this is dope.
I gotta get that to you. That's another one of my things prior to this being recorded, when I was talking about things becoming a chore. I've had multiple, like, if I would show you, all right, part of my therapy was I had to make a schedule out for myself,
right,
to like do things. And I even told you at one point that I was gonna do it, and I would get so stressed out that I can't. So I had to get that done just to. Well, I don't want to just do it just to do it, but I also want to hear it too. I know you gonna kill that fucking minion part, bro. The Mayday joint.
Oh yeah, Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah, I know that part gonna be nasty. Man, no, I definitely feel like that song is a song that we should have made now anyway. Just based on how we grew as artists as a whole, not just us even writing, but just making music. I think it would have come out way better now than it would have when I first did it. What was I gonna say?
Growth is always weird for me because I never see it from I don't see it for myself.
I see it as a peer and as a group mate and as a brother. I see cadences. I see you getting out of your comfort zone. I think that's another reason I appreciated Growing Pains, because had this been like 2018 Owl Gang, you wouldn't have did no shit like that. It would have been like the same flow, and you just, I don't know, like you were comfortable, so you didn't experiment. And I like that you got out and it fucking worked. Like, it inspired me. That shit. And then, like, just the stuff that you were saying, I think that's another reason I was upset that you had got rid of it, because it just spoke to me, man. Like, above all us being boys and this, that, and other, like, I'm a fan. So
that's the shit, man.
Fucking, it stung, man. This song was not. I was gonna surprise you, because it's probably not gonna happen now, because I can't deliver. Like, I feel like I can't do it the same way when you did Crowns and I wanted to do it and I couldn't do it in the beginning. I was about to remake it, but I was gonna do it and then add another verse. But I was like, nah. I was like, it's not the same. I need him on it.
That's fair though.
It's one thing for me to joke and do it, and that's why I was like, I did my chameleon thing because I wanted it to. What I did on Hurt, so Top sent me that. He paid for that, and he sent it. He was like, "Hey, I want you to get on this," and I was like, "All right." So I listened to his stuff and I felt it. So, of course, thought of my scenario. And then I also was like, well, I can't trade this shit. Like, I can't take it over. This is a group song. So I kind of modeled my verse after his. So it's like points. I think it's after my first 8. That 9th bar mirrors his 9th bar. And then my last 4 mirrors his, but in my own way. So the song sounds good together, but I still did my own thing.
Right.
Makes sense. That's what I was gonna do with Growing Pains. I had your same cadence, but I was doing it in my own way, saying my own shit. So I don't know. It sounded cool. Not that I was mimicking you at all. It was just sonically, it would have been cool. Yeah, it would have sounded complete to me. I wouldn't have, kind of like what we did on fucking Code 2 as well. It's like it wouldn't have felt like because you already had the song and I was jumping on it. It wouldn't have felt like Reezy featuring Trey. It would have felt like an Owl Gang joint again.
Yeah,
that's what I was
makes sense.
So, but yeah, like that song, that and Hush. Both of those, again, like bias aside, us being boys aside, like all of that, as a fan, that shit was fire, and I wanted to hop on it, and that's why you said I still got the messages, I said the screenshots, and I still got the lyrics to both of those songs because I was supposed to fucking hop on both of them, but I fucked that up. Um, but
But
no,
no,
man, they spoke to me in a way that I just it don't happen often, man. I mean, I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
to me and you it does, but like to people around me and the artists that I'm around, it don't happen often. So again, it hurt me being selfish. It hurt me because I'm like, fuck, he done took the shit down and they gone. I was like, hey, if you still got it, man, I don't want them shits. Them shits. but yeah, you make dope shit. I think you're really, really, really big critic, especially on your own shit. But I also understand it because I'm the same way, and I think I'm starting to slowly get to where you are as far as that stuff goes, because I'm starting to see patterns in what I do now. I was like, oh, this is that Reezy shit, bro.
yeah.
It's all good, man.
I think it comes with just being an artist.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we defer in that because we don't make music for nobody. So ultimately, we can just say fuck this shit and never do it again and not think twice about it.
Yeah,
So when we say we don't feel it, it's for us. If it don't sound right to us,
yeah, that's the thing.
yeah. So before I got to this point, I didn't get that. I didn't understand it. It low key was pissing me off. I was like, dude, you're a fucking genius. You getting rid of shit, or you don't like this shit, and we like, nah, like this shit is fire.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, what was that Cole line? I forgot what song it was on. He was like, I wonder when I became my biggest critic. Uh, he was like, damn, I want to become my biggest fans, like back when nobody knew my jams or something. I think that was on Let Go My Hand.
I felt that. I just felt that. That hurt. That hurt. That hurt.
Yeah. So it's like that.
I'm just hoping something like I do miss making music. I will say that. I'm not even gonna like box myself like we usually do. Well, it's more so me. I'm not even gonna say we. Me, as far as like putting a timeline, like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna come back harder because I don't know what the future holds. But I do know that I do I miss making music. I think about it a lot. It's just my mind just be blank.
And that's perfectly fine.
But it might be time. Like my therapist said, I should make happy music, and my explanation for it is I'm not a happy person. So it's weird because, all right, if you box me in and try to tie an emotion, my music is what I feel. So if I don't feel it, it won't be genuine, and therefore, since I know it's not genuine, so.
I think it's a weird balancing act though, because like I said, I always respect Lupe for being able to just like deliver these concepts
Yeah.
that don't necessarily have anything to do with him.
This is weird, like how my mind works. I think that's what it is. My mind don't work like that. It's like um let me think of something. Like Shooter for instance. So the lines in the second verse, scared you in the hide and your bro picking up his teeth. You had your mother no, scared you in the hide and your bro picking up our beef. You had your mother crying when he picking up his teeth. I saw that.
Right.
So it was easy for me to put like into it because I didn't have to like I just had to word it so it rhymed. But like, but I saw it. And that's how like if I didn't experience it or if I didn't see it or if I don't feel it, it's always weird to me. Oh, you know what? Bar for bar. I just thought about that. None of that is real.
Oh yeah,
That is
man. Bye,
definitely a
bye, bye.
concept. That is a concept.
I forgot about that song. I don't know why. But yeah.
It just hit me. I'm thinking, I was like, none of those lyrics are real. Oh, you know what? Takers.
I don't even remember
Actually,
what that sounds like.
all of C6 songs, now that I think about it, are concepts except for, well, even Hurt is a concept, but that, like, that's real. That happened. But everything else is a concept. Takers, like, every bar except for like 3 of them are wrestling related. And then Sting and Luger, that was a concept. Good. Would you count Good Kid, Sad City as a concept? Because that technically counts as my feelings, though.
You can take real things and turn them into concepts. So yeah,
Fair.
I would count that, even though it's
Then
real. But
Truth or Truth then too. That was more so storytelling though. That wasn't really a concept.
yeah,
I just told what happened. So now that I'm like looking at it, I guess that's a lie. I guess I have been able to do it. I just don't think about it when I do it. Is this whatever? I guess it's what I said initially in the beginning. Whatever I feel when I hear it. Well, not feel, but see. Whatever I see when I hear it. That's what it is. So it's just a majority of it happens to be me.
yeah. So now it's a question of putting intent into it.
Yeah. So I have to, like, if I want to tell a story, for instance, you know what? Villain was the first song that I wrote completely and didn't have the ending before I finished.
It's like writing a book. Well, people write the ending of their book sometimes, but
It just kind of
it just happened
happened.
chronologically.
Yeah, it just happened to end of. That's why it didn't really. It wasn't like a. It's kind of a cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. That's what it is. Because I mean, he's sitting on this throne and they trying to figure out what they're gonna do next, basically. So it just don't end.
I remember
He the greatest Superman.
I don't think I purposefully wrote as a. I wouldn't call it a sequel or a prequel. I kind of like, I don't know. I wrote something and it was, I don't know if it was inspired by it, but I had it in mind. I was like, man, now that I finished this kind of remind me of Villain. But
I think you shared that with me.
Yeah, I did. I never did anything with it. But I was thinking lately, I'm like, man, one of these days, some of these random verses gotta go on something. For me though.
That's what I be feeling like. Yeah, that's what I be feeling like with some of my stuff in my pad, but I also be in the same, I don't know. I try not to be like that emotional, rapper, but it's just, that's how I am though. That's
yeah.
I just get tired of like hearing all the sad, depressive shit all the time.
Definitely understand.
You know what? Hungrier too. Hungrier because those last 4 bars you told me to add, so I didn't have an ending for it. It just kind of just stopped, and it was short. It was short 4 bars. It would have been 32. And you said you should have 4 more bars, so I didn't have an ending for that either.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The Shooter, I had that ending. Cold, technically, I didn't have that ending because you wouldn't go get that verse. No, you got that verse. You got that verse. Then I did have that ending. All right, Cold counts. I can't think of. My mind's going blank on our songs now. Hollow, I had that ending. I knew exactly what I was doing there. That's another song. I know you didn't really care for it no more, but your verse spoke to me, and I felt like I had something to say after you put that out. To me, at least.
Yeah, I forgot. I straight forgot the contents of that
The
verse.
DBZ lines, bro. Them DBZ lines, man.
I think I probably said something about Piccolo or something.
Yep. Some Piccolo, something hammered the nail. Man.
had to get my DBZ fan off.
Nah, that shit was hard. Indecisive. I know where that was going to end, but how it ended in the final version is not how it ended before. And I'm still pissed off at that. This is why I don't work with people. You know what? I'm not going. I'm not going there, bro. I'm not going there. No, a song was supposed to come out.
I can't believe that came together like it did, man. I was holding on to those lyrics for, what was it, like a year and a half or something?
And I wrote my verse before, right before I left for the Army. That was like July or August 2019. So that was before TwitchCon. But no, like how I wrote it, the last two bars, my mistake. Last two bars, it had a flip on the word deep end. And I used like depend and deep end in those lines. And my dude here was making a song called Deep End, and it was sampling the song Deep End. And I was like, oh, I got some bars for that. And this before me and you had hit me about Chris even doing that shit.
Yeah.
And so I took those out. Because I do that all the time. I take bars from stuff that I wrote and use them somewhere else when I'm not planning on, because none of that stuff comes out. So people never know. And then you hit me for that, and I was like, dog. So I had to rewrite it. I'm happy how I did end it, because it still was what I felt. But the fact that I took those two bars out and that other song never came out, that annoyed me.
Damn. People's work ethic messing things up again.
I wouldn't even say that. He just, just in a different way. Because he finished the beat, but what he said he was gonna do to the beat and what the beat came out to be was two separate things. And then he tried to change like the structure of what we was gonna do, and I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, he made a completely different song in that sense.
Basically, yeah. What he wanted to do and like what we talked about and what ultimately the song ended up coming out to be, I was like, I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Yeah, so it wasn't, in that sense, it wasn't a lack of work ethic. It was just a change in vision.
Yeah. It was too basic. It sounded cheesy. Like it sounded like no real work was involved. And he was like, no, our voice is gonna carry it. I was like, no, it's not. I don't know what you hear, but I've started to realize, especially with him, like our visions be fucking different, and it never works.
It's probably just just one of them things. It's like the same way we never force anything. Mm-hmm. Y'all might just not click.
Well, we finally got it now. Well, he listened to me in a sense.
Okay.
Not that I'm right. Well, all right. This situation was right. I explained this before. So I was supposed to be on this song, and I think 2 days had passed, and the motherfucker put the song out before I was finished. And then he played it, and the beat was riding out at the end, and I started to spit some of my verse that I had wrote, and he was like, yo, you gotta record this. And I was like, yeah, it would have been on the fucking song if you didn't put it out. He's like, oh, we can do a remix. Then he
Yeah, that
somehow
dude.
lost the beat. Yeah, he lost the beat, so he had to remake it. But instead of see, and then this where the vision changed. So instead of remaking the beat or making something close to it, he made basically a twerk anthem. And he was like, yeah, well, you just throw your verse in the beginning, da da da. I was like, bro, what I'm talking about and what this song is now, what you talking about are two different things. He's like, no, it's gonna work. Trust me. I was like, no, absolutely not. I was like, if you want me on this song, then I'm rewriting for the subject matter of this song. So then he was like, yeah, this Musang remix, da da da, or Musang part two. I was like, no, it's not. You're not even talking about cars no more. Like, you're talking about asses shaking and this, that, and other. Like, and I'm talking about car, and I'm talking about cars and shooting people. Like, it didn't fucking like add up, bro.
Yeah.
So he sent it to me. Then he sent it to his homegirl in France, and she, bro, she's singing in French on there. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but that shit sound fire, bro.
That's lit.
So now we just waiting on my piece, and I got like 2.5 more bars, and I'll be done. But I'm only doing the 8 because I don't really do. It's like it's out of my comfort zone, and I don't want to be like. I know how I am. It's hard for me to simplify shit.
Right.
So it's like it's not supposed to be lyrical, like super lyrical in that sense, because it's a fucking twerk anthem. So I'm just chilling out and vibing out on the 8, letting the beat ride and falling into the chorus. But my lyrics are there. They're there. It's just when y'all hear this, it's gonna shock a few of y'all, because y'all gonna be like, I didn't think you had the capacity to do something like this. Because it's definitely something I've never thought about doing, and I'll probably never do this shit again.
Damn. Hey man, never
It
say
don't
never,
sound
man.
bad. It don't sound bad. It's just, well, my thing is, it's that party scene shit, and I don't do that shit, so I felt fake doing it, like writing it. But it was one of those take myself out of the equation and just write type things.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Going back to that whole concept thing.
Yeah, I guess I've been doing it, just not realizing that I was doing it. I guess I hold a villain to a high regard, because that's like, boom, like that was a whole ass story. Nothing to do with me. That's what it is. It's a story, and it has nothing to do with me. I think that's why I kept overlooking bar for bar, because it has something to do with me and Top, but it's not real. It's a made up story.
Yeah. So it's different approaches to it that you could take.
Right.
That you've already taken. But I had another thought when you were starting it from your from your childhood. You was like, actually I forgot what you said. It was something about love. I forgot what it was.
Damn.
But I had a thought.
Should have cut me off.
I wanted to.
Get to talk.
I actually wanted to, but I was like, no.
No, I definitely do.
Tell your story.
Talking, bro.
But it was like my grandpa today. He was like, "Love is unconditional, right? You can't just love a certain sector of people."
Yes, you can.
He was like, right, Joe? I was like, eh? Like I couldn't answer that because I knew what my answer is. Like I said, I don't see the world like they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't, and I feel like, I mean, they live how they live. I have no problem with it, but I don't agree with it. Like, love is not unconditional.
Nah.
I 100% have love for certain people over others.
For sure, especially for biggest thing, how they treat you.
Yep.
And to be people that you don't necessarily hate or dislike. You love them for who they are, but they don't got your best interest at heart all the time.
Yeah.
It don't make them bad people. I mean, you could say that about. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you can say that about your grandparents.
Yeah.
You don't dislike them, don't hate them at all. You love them for who they are, but you don't agree with the shit they do, and it ain't always, your best interest to be like them or do the things that they do.
Right.
So, yeah. So that statement is just all off.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even answer. I was like, I shrugged. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if he saw, but he kind of like continued. He was like, it's unconditional. I was like, yeah,
But
whatever.
just to
Dog.
flat out say that, like, nah.
Nah, that's one of them. That's one of them things where it make me think. I'm like, yo, is this what living this lifestyle wholeheartedly is to y'all? Like, y'all just right? I think, and that's his thing. He is an authority on everything he talks about.
That's not. So if he was in there beating, never mind.
Yeah, don't get into that, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Nah, that's flawed within itself.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of love, I think that's another reason is my ex hit me about when we had reconnected. She was like, why don't you ever make like happy, like the good times, like love songs like that? And that, like, it bothered me because I realized I feel it from people, don't get me wrong, but for whatever reason I harp on like the darker painful stuff more than I express the lightness. Because I mean, even with you can, I mean, you shit, it's been damn almost fucking 10 years. We sit and joke and laugh, like everything is not always super depressive in how my music is. It's not always like that. It's just that's what I express in my music.
Yeah.
I'm very funny, I'm very caring, I'm very loving. It's just I don't know, it's weird for me to express that in writing. I can show it, I can do it, I can say it, but in a song, it's weird.
I think that's understandable because it's like those avenues. I don't express that to people.
Yeah,
Like it'd be
I
like,
do. That's the thing. It's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. So I can understand your hesitation or indecision in that sense because I have it all the time.
Mhm.
Like it'd be like, I don't know. We've talked about it before. Like it'd be people I want to check up on, but I feel like it's not worth the energy.
Right.
Because if I do it and I feel like it was a waste of time, then
It's
I'm
a
not gonna
wrap.
do it again.
Like it might go beyond that with your ass.
Yeah. Oh, it
Not do it again.
what is it? Nothing beyond that. It's
Gone.
just, I don't care. Like, all right, I don't care
Yeah,
anymore.
just gone. Yep, just completely gone.
It is what it
Yeah,
is.
to you it's nothing. No, it's extra. But no, I get it. Because I'm the same way, in a sense.
Yeah,
I think I'm more willing to reach back out. That's
yeah,
what it is.
Yeah.
You be one and done.
Yeah, I know niggas be hurt. Well, I don't know who be hurt. I know.
You don't care.
I know Reezy was hurt. I came in the chat. I'm like, oh, you screaming? I don't care. I'm out.
And then, for the sake of fixing things, I convinced you to come and say something, and she started screaming again. It was a rabbit.
Yo, I was like, oh, word? Oh, okay, I'm out.
And the crazy, she agreed not to scream. I was like, yo, like he's not gonna listen to you. Like he's not a child. Just talk like a human being. I think she was talking at first, but you didn't give her the response that she was looking for. She started screaming again, and then you're like, all right, well, go on.
I didn't do it on purpose.
How you were, well, I get it, because how you were then is how I am here. Like the second stupid shit happens, if I don't slap the shit out of somebody, I walk away because I can. Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, you don't even want to take it there. It's just like it's not even worth it.
Like, oh, you yelling? Cool.
Yeah, like I get angry enough in my day to day. I don't need to Started yelling and screaming at people.
All right. Man. So, damn, I had a question. Well, one, I would like to say I like the free, no structure, bass.
Yeah, bass. If you listen to this back, he be like, huh, what I do?
Nah, I mean it's all over the place, but you get a bit more from us that way.
Yeah, I ain't even tripping. It's more conversational,
Yeah.
which I like anyway.
Do you remember? No, I got a better question. So, of all the songs you made, whether with me or not, what would you say is your favorite? And then I got a part two to that.
Favorite song with or without you?
It could be a solo joint, it could be something you did with somebody else, like just you.
Man,
Actually,
I would off tops. I think I would have to go with the song that made me think I could write, and that was or not write, perform is therapy. The therapy, not the song that came out, but the remix. Is it a remix? Yeah, it was like a remix I did. The first time I wrote over that joint, I was like, man, this sounds kind of cool. I wouldn't say that's my favorite, but that's the song that kind of got me like, all right, I'm not too bad. I can do this.
you partially answered my part two. My part two was, do you remember the feeling of when you first started writing compared to, well, not compared to, when you first started writing all the way to when it was finished? You remember that feeling, and what was that feeling?
You mean like
Compared to,
the first things I started writing? The first things I started writing weren't song related though. It was just poems or raps. And I started. I think that was. I think I started that because of DJ. I was writing about her. It was like random shit though. I think it started there, and No, it didn't. I didn't forget it. No, it just started out of nowhere. Yeah. It wasn't even. It was like years after though. She just came. She was just a thought, and it started. Like just some sentimental shit started. So my first writings that were, I guess, serious were about her.
man, shout out 2014 girl.
Yeah.
Bro, 7 years ago? That's nuts.
Yeah, 7 years, man.
I still remember that like it was fucking yesterday. I remember that over, like when you say DJ, it takes me a second to have to think 2014 girl, because I'll be like, who the fuck are you talking about?
I gotta just start saying 2014 girl.
I mean, I'll be getting it. It just takes me a few seconds.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, that's weird though, because it came out of nowhere. Like, the era was done with. That was like 2017 when I started writing. So that was done for 3 years. That's kind of crazy. She just came into my head.
So then after you finished, it spoke to you?
I don't know. Yeah, let me not be detached from it. That's probably what it is. It probably spoke to me. Like, man, I remember these feelings when I had them. Like, they probably like brought back those feelings in a way.
I got you.
Like,
I totally get that.
It probably felt like vivid. Like, damn, I'm back in 2014 now, writing this.
What you're explaining is that's exactly that feeling. Like, almost word for word is what I felt in the beginning of Hurt. Because I had to, in order to get that to hit the way it did, I had to put myself in the position of where I was before shit went left.
Right. Makes perfect sense.
And it took me back there. Like I told Tyler, like, bro, like once I finished, like, I think I might hit her up. He's like, no, dude. Because it's like you said, like it like kind of put me back there and awakened it. But he was like, you said that and then listen to the rest of the verse, and I was like, I know, man, but but it puts you there. That's funny. See, I wouldn't have known that. See, but yeah, it's cool. We are very different when it comes to music, but also we share a lot of similarities. And
Yeah, I can see
the
that.
weird thing is, it's in the weirdest spots like that. I wouldn't have thought that like we would have connected or shared something similar on those two tracks.
Right.
Like of everything we didn't spit separately and together, something about females.
Man.
It's something that we just, yeah. Well, I know why. Cause we niggas.
We niggas, dude.
Niggas.
We did that as like a tag. We niggas into the verse start.
Oh man.
I'm not even mad at it, bro. It is.
No, I'm not either. I think a lot of my pain in general has come out to be great music, and in some ways have helped others in ways that I didn't think it would. I could say some of your music definitely has got me through some stuff. I'm gonna keep bringing it up, man. That fucking bad dude.
You have those songs, right? Or am I lying?
Growing Pains? No, I don't got them at all. I got the instrumentals.
Oh.
That's why I asked you. I think it was the last time
you asked me.
it.
You asked me. Yeah, I don't have.
I was like, if you ain't gonna put them on, I mean, if you took them down and you still got them, I'll keep them. I ain't gonna play them nowhere. I mean, I want them shits, but